This recording will show the process to import bill.com information to tax1099.com, starting from the bill.com side. A couple of things to check on the bill.com side to make sure that your vendors are configured properly. One thing is in the vendor details screen, make sure that you have 1099 vendor selected to yes. Another is that the formatting of the tax ID is important. If you have 2 digits, then a hyphen, and then the next 7 digits, that will come over as an EIN for a business. If you have it in a social security number format, 3 hyphen 2 hyphen and then 4, we'll receive that as an individual with a social security number. Also, the name that we're going to print on the 1099 and send to the IRS for the e-file is going to be the pay to name that comes over to us from bill.com. You may also want to check your chart of accounts to see what your mapping looks like. Under your settings menu, the gear icon here, you'll find your chart of accounts under your accounting section here. You can map the chart of accounts so that we know which box to place each one of your payments into. In order to start the import, I'm going to go into the App Center in bill.com. I'm going to click View All here, and I'm going to choose Tax1099 as the app. I'm going to connect the app. And when I connect the app, I'm going to be taken to the login screen for Tax1099. I'm going to enter my login credentials. And once I do that, I'm going to be directed to the bill.com integrations section inside of Tax1099. If you use the same login inside of bill.com to access multiple clients, such as if you're a bookkeeper or an accountant, you'll see the list of your existing companies here. I only have one, so that's the one that I'm going to choose. You can import prior years if you need to, but I am going to do 2018. I'm going to click on the load data. Now I tested this earlier, so I get this pop-up asking if I want to start a new import or use the saved data. You won't see this if it's the first time that you're going through the import for the season. So I'm going to select Start New Import. The filter option here is asking if you would like to bring over the payments that are mapped or not. So if I choose off for my filter, I'll bring over more payments. I'll bring over payments that are not mapped in my chart of accounts. If I choose on, I'll only bring over the payments that are mapped in my chart of accounts. I chose off for the option. The next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to load into my import grid where I can go through and I can check the amounts that have come over from bill.com. So I have the names of my vendors along with the payments. I can drill in and I can see specifically what payments are included there. If I have more than one payment for an individual vendor, it will come over with each one of those payments in a separate row. And so here's an example of that where I've paid this vendor twice, and it's combining those two amounts together to reach the $800 total that you see here in the top row. I can do some other things here should I need to. I can edit one of the amounts. I can delete one of the amounts if I should need to. I can also edit the information for the vendor. This doesn't report directly back to bill.com through this mechanism, but we do have a separate way that you can report that back to bill.com by syncing your recipients under the Manage Recipient page. One thing to note in bill.com is each time that I import, the payer will come over with a red dot next to it. So I see the red dot next to Bill's tax company. It's because it's missing, so it has missing or invalid required data. If I click the edit option there, I'll see that my EIN didn't come over. Even if you have this programmed in bill.com, you're not going to get it sent over here. We just can't access that at the moment. And so you'll need to supply the payer or the client's EIN for this process to run. So I've added that in, and now my Bill's tax company is going to change to a green dot next to Bill's tax company name. All right, and the page refresh there, and so I can see that I've got green information there. I can go through and I can make any edits that I need to. I can add records. I can expand everything so I can see all the different payments, or I can collapse all of them. One thing to note, if you are importing a significant number, you may see a large number down here. For example, you may be seeing just the first 4 rows here, but if each one of these had 200 payments, then you might have 800 actual items for those 4 rows. And then on the next page, you may have some additional items. So that's just important to note. Check this number of items down here to make sure you've got your total number of expected payments that you'll be bringing over from Bill.com. Once I've confirmed everything, I have green dots ready, then I'm going to click on the Next button. Select all my forms and then click on the Next button. It's going to take me where I can see the actual form itself. And so I can see that Joseph was being paid in box 1 for rents. If I hover over this, then I can go to any one of these additional forms and just preview the copy of that form. And so for TA taxes, I can see $800 paid in box 7. Once I've gone through and looked at those, I can click the Next option. And that's going to complete the import and take me to my checkout screen for this company. So I've got 4 out of 4 records uploaded successfully. I'm going to click the OK box there. As we bring the data into the system, we're going to review it for any state filing requirement that might need to be met. And here on this page, you can do all of the items that are available in our View, Edit, Submit menu. You can change the scheduled date by using the Change Schedule Date for all vendors. You can choose to postal mail, email, 10 match. You can edit the forms again here, so you have another chance to edit these forms if that's something that you need to do. Export the information to Excel, download multiple PDF. So many options that you have available here. Once you've selected everything you want, you'll select the boxes to the left, click Next, and then that will be the checkout screen where you'll enter your payment information. And that's the process to import to Tax1099.com from Bill.com.